Okay, so she set me up. In went the $45, and then out it went. But it was for a charity. Okay, so don't even ask me to calculate what $45 worth of Bitcoin was at that time, because that was 14 cents per Bitcoin. Do you guys know what Bitcoin is today? $74,000. Okay, yeah, but that's okay because it led me to start my journey. And honestly, had I taken that and kept it, I don't know where I'd be. Okay, because also the reason why I promote not just wealth creation, I promote wealth preservation. Because I'm going to tell you another story. I have a childhood friend who lived right next door. He won the California lottery in 1989. $19 million back in 1989 was a lot of money, right? Well, this is a true story. You can actually Google the lottery bandit. Why? Because he not only went through all his money, he developed a drug habit, and to continue on with this drug habit after he blew all his money, he went to robbing banks. Yeah. So our platform, again, is not just about wealth creation, it's also about wealth preservation. It's also about health. Because don't you agree? What good is all your wealth and all that if you don't have your health? Okay. It's also about personal development. We want everybody to become even better than who they are. And the last but not least, okay, is charity and contribution. So that's who we are here, okay? Now, the reason why I say it in that order is because I do know, some people say, how can I give? How can I help if I'm like struggling, right? So I get that. So today you're going to learn about a fascinating platform that we have that is going to help you get involved in cryptocurrency and not really have to do any work because it's through an AI bot. Okay? All right. So just a little bit more about cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency gets its value from the law of supply and demand. Okay? So Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million. Okay? Now, there was no demand when it first started. That's why it was so low in price. Okay? But then when people started to discover it, and the way it got discovered was there was a guy who had 10,000 XRPs and he wanted to buy 2 pizzas with it. Okay? So he made that exchange, and because you're buying something of real value with 10,000 Bitcoins, it made Bitcoin have a value. Now that value was only a fourth of a penny, but indeed it was still a value, right? So then when people started to see, oh wow, he was able to use Bitcoin for pizza, well, how about I want to buy a laptop? I want to buy a book. I want to buy china. I want to buy furniture. So people were doing personal exchanges, okay? So the difficult part about that back then was like, let's say I was selling my purse, okay? And somebody wanted it. Well, and I would say, well, I want 500 Bitcoin. Well, that person would have to have Bitcoin. I would have to have the ability to get it, right? So it was kind of hard. You had to find somebody who wanted what you were selling, and they also had to know what Bitcoin was, and you had to have that agreement. Well, today we have it easy because we have a MasterCard that I'm also going to introduce to you that the Zab Club has, where you can load your crypto onto a real MasterCard and swipe it. And you know what? The merchant won't even know that you're using crypto. Okay? So this has all come all together. And what I want you to do is open up your mind because you're going to see, some big numbers. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, I wanna make more money. I want to have a better lifestyle," but they think that they can't have it because they think it costs way too much to have a better lifestyle. Well, I'm going to show you some numbers of how that can be possible. Okay? All right. So everybody agree to have an open mind? Yes. Awesome. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so welcome to the ZAB Club. Does anybody know what ZAB stands for? No, XRP. Go ahead, Tom. Who is it? Examine. The ZAB Club is XRP AI bot. Okay? Okay, and And with this club, we show you how to grow your XRP. All right, before I get started with any type of presentation, I always do a disclaimer. So I'm here to tell you that ZAB does offer an arbitrage trading tool based on calculated risk, not financial advice. And also know that crypto does involve high risk, including volatility, technical issues, and regulatory changes. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and the profits are not assured. But the company also isn't liable for third-party issues, including exchange downtimes, API errors, or misuse, and users must follow your own local laws and tax rules. So by using the service that we're going to talk about today, you fully accept responsibility for any losses, if there might be, and agree we're not liable for any damages. Always consult legal and financial professionals before trading. All right, so we started talking about Bitcoin already, and the reason why I highlight Bitcoin is because it was the first cryptocurrency that was invented. The second one is Ethereum, and Ethereum is what we call a technology coin. It's used in a lot of smart contracts, and it has its pros and cons, but it's the second top cryptocurrency. The third one is XRP. And XRP is what we're going to focus on because today XRP is only $1.31. Okay? Yeah. And I'm going to show you that XRP actually has a use. And when you see, remember I was talking about law of supply and demand? XRP also has a limited supply. That limited supply is 100 million. Oh, no, 100 billion. Okay? So it sounds like a lot more than what Bitcoin has. But when that has a limited supply, but it has a great demand, what happens to the price? Goes up. That's right. Okay. So I know you could barely see this, but for those of you that might want to see this more, okay, I'm just going to show you that first of all, you'll see here, I just took a screenshot of this right now, okay? So this is real live information on CoinMarketCap. You can see here Bitcoin is $74,000 today, and XRP is $1.31. Okay, so pay attention to that because that is very critical in why we do what we do. All right, so the CEO of XRP, the company's actually called Ripple, is Brad Garlinghouse. Okay, and he actually launched this in June of 2012, which sounds like a long time ago, and it was. But you know what? You might not have heard of XRP because it's gone through a lot of its regulatory challenges and the attacks and everything. But guess what? The good news is XRP won. Do you know they're the only coin that beat the SEC? Yeah, that's a big deal, okay? Because doesn't the SEC want to take away everything, pretty much, right? Okay, so XRP won out on that, and right now there's a lot of I say noise, but a lot of because of the fact that crypto has gone mainstream, there's a lot of regulations that are coming out, and one of them is called the Clarity Act. Well, guess what? About a couple of weeks ago, I went to the XRP convention, and it was my goal to meet Brad Garlinghouse, okay, because I wanted to find out, like, what does he think about it? And he said that Ripple or XRP does not have to worry because of this whole, question about clarity. XRP has clarity because it already won. Okay, so it's already gone through all of its regulatory challenges and everything. So we can feel good about XRP. Now, XRP was designed to replace the SWIFT banking system. Okay, and it is used by banks. So when we take a look here, just some technical overview. The market cap is over 88 billion USD. The circulating supply, remember I said there's 100 billion. In circulation is 61 to 62 billion XRPs. And the 24-hour trading volume, that's in one day, is 1.26 billion. Okay? And there I am with Brad Garlinghouse. Like I met my goal. I talked to him personally, and he said XRP is on its way. Okay, so I feel really good about that. All right, so let's compare that old SWIFT system with XRP. So the SWIFT system, how many of you have done a wire? Yeah, a wire transfer through the SWIFT system. Do you guys like it? Is it fast? No. It's old. It's about 50 years old. It's slow. Okay. What's that? 40? Do you know what? I went to do a business wire about a month ago, $75 at US Bank. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so it's expensive and it's also confusing. Why? When you go to the bank, they'll question you, right? They'll ask you, who are you sending this to? Do you know who they are? Is this for crypto? And I want to say none of your business, but anyways, so they ask you all these questions. It's confusing, and it takes 2 to 3 to 5 days even, right? And then now you could do it online, but they have restrictions too. If you do a certain amount, they won't let you do it online. You have to come into the bank. And then on top of that, after you get all that done, you see it didn't go out, you call them up and they'll say, oh, we need for you to come into the bank, Ms. Gajardo. So I come in and they say, sorry, it is too high of a risk for our bank for you to send that wire. So you're going to have to get a cashier's check. Okay? So enough of them. Now let's talk about XRP. It's new. It's on blockchain technology. It's fast. 1,500 transactions per second, and it's virtually free at 0.00001 of a dollar. Okay, less than a penny, and it's transparent. Now, if you guys had a choice, which one would you pick? XRP, right? Okay, so I'm going to be conservative. If we take over just 25% of that SWIFT network, okay, that's conservative, right? Then XRP can be $10,000. Okay, remember that law of supply and demand. Okay, so right now, how much is it? $1.31. Yeah, but you know what? All right, let's be real. Let's just wrap our heads around XRP being $10 each. Can you wrap your head around that? Yeah. Okay. So if you want to amass $1 million of XRP, of XRP, then you need 100,000 XRPs, right? But how do you earn that and make money without having to sell it? Well, this is why we have the XAV Club. All right. Now the way that we do this is through an arbitrage trading tool. Okay. Arbitrage meaning we take a low price and sell at a high price. So do you make a profit? Yeah. Well, guess what? We use an AI bot. Are AI bots intelligent? Yeah, it's part of their name. Okay. So our AI bot is programmed to only execute positive trades. Can it execute a negative trade? No. You know why? Because we program it to only execute a positive trade. That's why at the bottom here, where it says 100% profitable trades, we can say that for a fact. Now, why do I read that disclaimer in the beginning? Because there's outside forces that might, change things. Like the world might end. Okay, I mean it sounds kind of like off, but could that happen? Yeah. So we do the disclaimer for outside forces that we have no control over. But do we have control over our bot? Yes. Absolutely. So this is what our bot does. It scans multiple exchanges in real rapid time. Okay, can a bot be fast? Yes. Super fast. Okay, so with doing all of that, it detects a price variation, and again, it only executes a positive trade. And so then we have the profits that come in, and what we get paid in is called an airdrop. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to sign up for a free account to start with. There's two ways to sign up, what we call Web 2 and there's Web 3. So Web 2 is what we call the easy way, just through clicking a link. And Web3, which is what I actually like to teach, is through an app. And the app that we like to use is a wallet called SafePal. Okay, so we're not going to do that today. Maybe after, if some of you want to sign up, but we do train you on how to sign up, and then you will need to decide what package you want to buy of XRP. Now, just like the stock market, or sometimes I get kind of funny and I talk about horse racing. Okay, if you're gonna participate in horse racing, you got to put a bet in, right? And what do you got to put in? Money, right? Okay, so you do have to put in XRP on this platform, and it can range for as low as 10 XRP all the way up to 10,000 XRPs and above. So we categorize them. The basic pack is 10 to 499 XRPs. The Echo package is 500 and above. The Turbo package is 2,000 and above. Hyper is 5,000 and above, and the Tycoon, we call the Golden Bot, is 10,000 XRPs and above. Now, there is a one XRP activation that you need to activate your bot, okay? And the company takes 30% as a fee for the airdrops. That's what keeps the company going. We want the company to keep going, right? So we get 70%. But what are we doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. We're letting our bot do it all, right? Now, this is the way the contract works. You buy a package, and your contract will end after you multiply it by 3 times. In other words, 300%. Okay? So you buy a 2,000 XRP pack, 300% of that will be 6,000, right? Okay. So what do you do when you have 6,000 XRPs now? Put it back in again. And now you can multiply it again by 300%. And you keep doing that over and over and over again, because you know what? Let me tell you something right now. You don't want to spend your XRP right now. I'm going to tell you another story. So I have a friend, Tom and I know him very well. When we started making a lot of money with Bitcoin, he loved watches, and he bought the most gorgeous diamond encrusted watch, okay? And we would look at them, we would say, wow, that's beautiful. How much did you buy that for? And he said, oh, it was only 50 Bitcoin, okay? And Bitcoin back then was about $240, okay? So let's just say it was $50,000 for that gorgeous diamond encrusted watch, right? Now, when you divide how much he paid for that, for the amount that Bitcoin was, I think it was around 321 Bitcoins. Somebody do the math. How much is 321 Bitcoins times $74,000? That's an expensive watch.
Can you live in it?
So let me tell you, this is why I say do not spend your XRP. Accumulate it, okay? So we're going to teach you how to do that with this platform and keep on growing it, okay? Now, the way that we do this currently is we get daily airdrops of up to 1% 6 days a week. And that equates to about 250% in a year, okay? Now, there's other ways of speeding that up, and one of the ways to speed that up is through what we call going sonic. And what that means is we want you to tell other people about the Zab Club, and we want you to tell them about XRP, because with the law of supply and demand, the more people that use it, what happens to the price? It goes up. So we want you to share it. Now today I'm going to show you a very easy way to share it with no stress, okay? Like when you go out and you share this with people, you shouldn't even worry about what they're going to say, yes or no, okay? Because you're actually much better off than they are if you're in and they're not, right? So you want to get them in because you want the best for them too. So when you go Sonic, that means you have 2 times what you bought in for. So like if I bought in for $2,000, and let's say I have 4 friends that came in at $1,000 each, then that's 2 times what I bought into, right? So now I go Sonic, and now I can earn up to 2% daily, okay? Now, there's one thing that you have to do every week, and that is to activate your bot. And that happens every Tuesday, Helsinki, Finland time. Our programmers are actually in Helsinki, and so on Tuesday, Helsinki, Finland time midnight is actually, it's actually 2 p.m. here on the West Coast on Monday, okay? And you have 24 hours to do what? All you have to do is click on your bot and turn it on, okay? So that also keeps you active and, you know, participating in what you're doing. We have three trading strategies. We usually pick Omega, and again, we cover that during the training, but you know, that's what we do to get our bot up and running, again, until it hits 300%. Now, if you do share it with other people, I'm going to share with you, it's bonus time. Then when you share it with other people, you can actually earn up to 400%. Now, how cool is that? Very cool, because For example, again, if you buy a 2,000 XRP pack, then 400% is 8,000 XRPs. You put 8,000 XRPs back in, multiply that by 400%. What is that? 32,000 XRPs. Put that back in again. You see what I'm saying? You just keep doing that and try not to spend your XRPs, but maybe you might want to. But this is now what you get when you do share it with other people. So there is what we call a direct bonus, okay? So if you, like Tom shared it with me when I bought in, he got 8% commission, and it went directly into his commission wallet, okay? Luann's calling. Luann, come join us. Okay, so that's 8%. Now you can go as far and wide as you want. Talk to as many people, and everybody that signs up under your link directly, you get 8%. That gets added on, and then that is how you can actually speed up your contract to end sooner. And then when it ends sooner, then you have that much more to put in again. Okay, so that's a strategy also I want you to think about. Now, when you bring someone in, do you think they might bring someone in?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. And if they do, that's called your level 2. On level 2, you'll earn 2%. On your levels 3 through 6, that means those people brought in people, you earn 1%. Level 7 through 20 is half of a percent. And you know what? Half of a percent doesn't sound great, but you know what? As it keeps on going down, there's more people on those lower levels, right? So that becomes bigger and is paid immediately into your commission wallet. Now, every time you bring someone in, it unlocks one of these levels down to level 20. But if you buy a $500 or no 500 XRP pack right away, it unlocks the second level automatically. If you buy a 2,000 XRP pack, it automatically unlocks 10 levels. If you purchase a 5,000 XRP pack, it unlocks 15 levels, and purchase a 10,000 XRP pack, it unlocks all 20 levels. Okay. And then for those of you that like to rank up, you could do that and earn another income stream. Now, I love this one because this is with building a team, and currently the way that we have this is there's 3 rules. Okay, you first have to own a 500 XRP pack of your own to participate in this team bonus. But this is really lucrative, and this is why I want you to pay attention, because I'm going to show you the $1 million way to reach that. So let's say, for example, the XRP volume that you see, that's your entire team all the way down to infinity. It doesn't stop at level 20, okay? So if you hit ambassador, that means you have 1,000 XRP volume in your entire team. Now, we will only count 1/3 billing from one leg. That means you have to spread the love, okay? You got to help all your team members. Don't just like help one leg and they're running away and because you're not going to get to that rank, okay? So you got to like help everybody out and have balance. And so we'll only count 1/3 out of any leg in case one leg runs away. And then there's also a 90-day rolling volume that is counted, okay? So when you hit 6% for the Ambassador 1, that's 60 XRPs. Now move on to like Ruby, where it's 20,000 XRPs. And you know what? It really doesn't take too long, for you to hit that as people get excited about this. And then you can now claim 10% of 20,000, and that's 2,000 XRPs. Okay? Now, let's just go ahead and jump all the way up to Crown Diamond. Now, I love numbers, okay? So, at Crown Diamond, it's 1 million XRPs, and then using all those rules, the balancing rules and everything, right? When you hit Crown Diamond at 1 million XRP total team volume, that's 15%. What's 15% of 1 million?
A lot.
That's a lot. It's 150,000 XRPs. Now, here's the math I want you to do. Let's just say XRP is $10. What does 150,000 look like? $1.5 million. Do you guys see how this is possible? Okay. I had to stand up because I'm so excited. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so that is our team bonus that you can partake in, and there's also lots of perks that come with this. For example, if you hit master distributor, you get not just the 15% as the crown diamond, but also 3% profit share of the company. Okay. All right. Now, there's some people that say, oh, I don't know about putting in, buying XRP to put it in a bot. Well, maybe you might want to do staking. Okay. So staking is a little bit kind of like putting your money in the bank and having them give you a return, right? An APY. So if you do that with your XRP, in 30 days, you'll get 5% return. For 90 days, yeah, better than the bank, right? You'll get 20%, 180 days, stake your coins for 180 days, and you get 50%. For 360 days, you get 125%, okay? And that's passive income. So don't just park your XRP. I meet a lot of people who say, oh, yeah, I bought XRP when it was 20 cents and I got a lot of it. And I said, well, what's it doing? Oh, it's in a wallet. And I say, well, is it multiplying? No. How is it going to multiply? And then I say, I'm glad you asked. Okay. And then I show them how to multiply it. But people are very interested when you tell them, don't just keep your XRP parked in a garage. It's like having a very nice, luxurious car parked in your garage. It's full of gas, but it's going nowhere. Okay. Now, also, when you're building a team and they stake, there's also an additional income stream there. So 8% on your directs, 2% on your level 2, 1% on levels 3 through 6, half of a percent levels 7 through 20, okay? And for this one, you do have to own a 100 XRP staking pack to qualify. Now, for those of you who think that you might not remember to reset your bot every week and you want to get 400%, you could do something that we call Go Accelerator. And all that takes is for you to slide a car across near your bot, and what it does is it locks it in for 60 weeks of passive income. So this is like, you don't have to think about resetting your bot, but now you're going to earn up to 400, not up to, you're going to earn 400% after 60 weeks, okay? So I think that's pretty cool too. In case for those of you who maybe just don't want to actually share this and you want to just totally be passive, okay? And we also have an accelerator residual with this, and going along with the same theme, 8% for your directs. Then we got the 2%, 1%, and the half of a percent of passive income. For those of you that are starting new and you're really gung ho about going all the way and you've got a huge team to bring in, we have some fantastic, great gifts here. So in 30 days of joining, you can, depending on what rank you hit, you can earn an iPad, a MacBook, iPhone, 20-gram gold bar, a Cartier Santos watch, a BMW 5 Series, or even a Land Rover, okay? So depending on which rank you hit, you claim that within that first 30 days. Now, here's the great part, you guys. When you buy in, guess what it does? It creates another direct bonus, a level income, and a team bonus. It's a new package that goes back in the system. So when you do that, and then your people also follow and do that also, we're creating more wealth for each other and shortening that contract time period to go back in again, okay? All right, so now I want to talk about how we get paid out. We get paid out through a smart contract. And there is a 10% withdrawal charge, but we will show you how you can minimize that by helping other people. If you do a peer-to-peer transfer, then it's only 2%. And we only want you to use a decentralized wallet, okay? It really interested me because of my experience with Bitcoin, having bought it at 14 cents and seeing how it went up. And so I said, I gotta see everything about this company. So in November of last year, they had a trip to Barcelona. And I said, I'm going there. I went there and I met the CEO, okay, who is the brilliant designer of that arbitrage trading system. Okay, and I met the whole staff of the corporate team, the COO, the master distributor, the CFO, Okay, I got to talk to them. I grilled them, and after getting to know them and being satisfied with what they did, I went in. Okay, and so what I like is they have a roadmap. This is just a 5-year vision, but they have a long-term vision for the whole company. And then they like to mix fun with it, right? So remember I told you this is not just about wealth creation. It's about also, developing relationships, experiencing life. When I went to Barcelona, Spain, I actually spent 2 more extra days there with one of my friends, and we went around Barcelona and we just soaked up the culture, the music, the food, the fun, and it was great. So our next trip is actually next month. It's in Thailand, and but with every convention that we have, we're also going to promote another product. We're always going to be bringing in more things to keep our company alive and viable and everything, right? To keep up with what's going on because technology changes so fast. So that is going to be Thailand next month. Then in the fall, we're going to go to Egypt, to Sharm el Sheikh, which I've been to. It's a beautiful resort. And then next year we've got Bali and Greece. And then we're going to Cancun and Mauritius and Qatar and Cyprus. Not Cyprus, California. Okay. The island of Cyprus in the Mediterranean. We've got Las Vegas, and we also have the Maldives. And again, with every single one of them, we're going to be introducing things like property tokenization, a crypto launch pad, Binance listing, and IPO, lots of great things, okay? So I want to actually like really promote for you to consider going to Thailand. Thailand is going to be so phenomenal. Listen, the price here, $499 for a couple and $299 for a single person, which includes your 3-night stay at a 5-star resort. Yes, yes, it's really good, okay? It also includes breakfast every morning and also includes the big gala dinner celebration that we're going to have. And the corporate staff has announced they're going to have some surprises that I don't even know, but they guaranteed it's going to like blow you off of your feet, okay? So that they're going to give us some great things for coming there to Thailand. So I'm super excited. I've got my ticket and my flight booked and everything. And then for those people that reach the diamond rank or buy a tycoon package, you get invited to the private diamond retreat, okay, which continues on for 2 more days after the main convention. So the next event or the next meeting that we have that I want to highlight is our corporate staff meeting, and it's kind of easy to write this down, zoom.zabclub.live. Even if you haven't joined, I want to invite you to come to that. And I want you to see the CEO will do a demonstration of how he actually does the trading. He's going to open the back office and show you how it scans, the bot scans these multiple exchanges, captures a low price, and sells at a higher price. You're going to see that, okay? So I love it that, we can actually show that to people. And so with that, that's the end of my presentation, but we're not here at the end yet because I have a very special guest that I would like to introduce. He came all the way from Asia, and I want to introduce Mr. Tony Yu. Come on up, Tony. So Tony is a big, big leader in our community and our company. Great
I
to
have a
see
bigger
you.
little here. Glenn Smith. But then
Okay, we all know each other, right?
Oh, is that-
Yeah.
yeah.
Look at in honor of you.
Oh, perfect. Tiger.
Yeah.
Good. Guys, actually, they call me Tiger because I used to teach karate for a long time.
Could you grab the microphone?
Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I got a loud voice. I don't know. Do I need it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, actually, I taught karate for almost 4 years, in New Jersey, right? Then I got into product, the Unicity and New York Life, and I did really well. And I found out network marketing is more income than the inside the box job that I have, which is martial arts. I was working like close 40 years just trying to make ends meet, But it was like box life. Not, you work all the time. You have to go to work. Even you're sick, you have to go to work, right? I mean, it's a crazy life. But when I found out those people who know how to leverage other people's time. For example, right? If I teach karate, it means what? I have to use my time to leverage to make make money. I have to exchange my time. But I have an 8 hours day, right? But if I have, say, I have 1,000 people, we work together. I have 8,000 hours a day, right? That's a lot of hours. So I could have leveraging. Once I found out, my life changed. Of course, in between, what I'm in now, right? It was a lot of obstacle, a lot of pain, a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of failure, right? A lot of experience we go through. But one thing we did, we never give up. I think that network marketers, we never give up. Okay, so if, for example, if someone punched my face once, right? He better know I'm gonna hit him back twice. If he hit me twice, I'm gonna hit him right back with the full time. Okay, the full time I hit the back with the 8 time. I think that's the attitude we have. So once I found out there's a great life, I could have freedom. So I tell my people I'm a freedom fighter. I go fight, but I teach people how to be free. So right now, as you guys know, I've been doing this Zap since last August, right? We started in August, and I got the I hit twice black diamonds and 2 times on diamonds. Okay, in short amount of time. One thing good about this company is that once you do most company when you do one ranking, that's it, lifetime, finish. Here, when you get once, then 90 days you start over again. Your rank start again. So it's like you could keep repeat same rank, same more income all the time. So I mean, we did really well, but I think we can do better because right now, you know why? Because company is getting better and better. So one thing that I really focus on this XA Club is all about what a longevity and sustainable. So we look at all the detail. For example, like when you start this project, right? The Dr. Jack Mueller, he's the CEO, he's the founder of this company. Because the prior to this company, Glenn knows, right? I mean, over there, maybe you guys talk about the credit Mastercard, no KYC.
Yeah.
We didn't know a prior company. We did really well, but one company that company sold was a Mastercard, right, with no KYC, and we marked that out big time. But I found out later it was gift cards. That's how big demand for no KYC Mastercard, right? So after that, we know what to pick, what not to pick, what good decision or bad decision. We know how to do it. Why? Because we've been through a lot of mistakes. But once we made the mistakes, we know how to what they call learn from it, and we go to the next steps.
Right.
So, but this company, right? What happened was that we had a prior company, we had an arbitrage too. But at the time, we didn't know what arbitrage was, right? So we went and we did it well, but later I found out that was a scam too. So now we know how to find what good arbitrage because of experience, right? So this company, first when you get in, I want to see live trade, and also in live trade, I want to see live hashtag.
Yes.
I want to see exactly on that thing because prior, because a lot of pain we go through, we know how to find the right company. So at the time, the arbitrage, the live trade hashtag, immediately we could see on the blockchain right there. We could see it immediately it was working. So we do that all the time. So I mean, it's just to me. I mean, we did a lot of research. This company has to be, I guess, in less than a year. How many companies come in and out? You guys tell me. Massive, right? Even like last week, how many companies closed down? Many companies closed down, but we are here. We are doing well. We are getting better, and also we have a solid core group like what they call the Gail. She's hitting diamonds. She's doing phenomenally well. We have a lot of people becoming diamonds in this company, and we have a great people, with a great strength and great ability. Also success of our project is all about we have a system. Okay, I think that you have to understand. And I'm strong guy, right? But by myself, I'm sloppy too. You know, sloppy. I have a lot of weakness. So I have to find a good people there who could work together. So if I'm a peanut butter, she's jelly. You know, if I play soccer, right, I'm an offense player. I could go blah 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 fight outside, right? But I need someone behind it help protect my house. And you know, so we have a team of all this Z club. We got a lot of people with a lot of talent, and we're gonna come together. We create a system, and the system. I mean, we do Zoom twice a day. English Zoom twice a day, every single day, no matter what, snow, rain, cold, or hot, hurricane. We are there. It doesn't matter two people in the Zoom. We are there. You know why? We have a commitment. We have a responsibility. Okay, and I think that it's not about me, but we always work as what team. It's not about it's about we together. Okay, we gotta grow together. I think that for long run, I think this Z Club, I think this is 3 4 more years. Okay, I mean I'm when I say it's forever company, never. Okay, but now on so far I see, I think the 3 4 more years I cannot guarantee it. But whatever they do, whatever the ecosystem, what you know, all the stuff that they do, that makes sense. So that is why I think that this company go for a really long run. And like this kind of event, we gotta do a massive. I just came from New York, right? Then Orlando, then Salt Lake City, and here. I mean, you guys see the magnitude of how this company grows really fast. So I hope that we have a convention in Pattaya, I think next month, right? I hope I see you guys over there. Is there anybody been in Asia before? Anybody? Anybody, right?
Japan.
Japan. Okay. Okay. Glenn, you've been all the time anyway. So, but guys, you know, I see a lot of people, right? I see a lot of people that they only stay one box every day, same lifestyle. If you have money and time, travel Asia. That's a phenomenal place to go. And I see, you know, I mean, right now, this is my, I didn't come here for 18 months. Once I left over there, I didn't come back to USA. Because I was busy paying a bill, right? Over there, so relaxed and happy. I stay there. I even tell Glenn, bro, you gotta come to move to Asia, right? I even tell him that. But that's the place. When you have, you know, why it's possible? Cell phone. This revolutionized everything, guys. What I did was I'm sitting the beach. What I did was on the phone. I don't have to be at the office. It's such a powerful business, guys. So I think that this is gonna give us what a lot of people a new idea of a business, how to do it. I think this is gonna go to the next level. So anyway, thank you for inviting me, and guys, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh my, oh, sorry. Oh,
Okay, so we've also had a European tour. So our CEO, he's been going to all of them, but they just got back from Norway. Okay, so they've been to like France and Spain and Norway, and they're going everywhere. And so now we're blessed to have Tony come out here as part of the U.S. tour, and this is going to grow. This is going to grow. And let me tell you something. You know, if you're shy about talking to people, one day they're going to come up to you and say, "Oh, you need to join the Zab Club," and you're going to go, "Oh, well, I'm already in." And they'll go, "Why didn't you tell me about it?" Okay, so this is what I want to tell you guys. You know what? Talk to people about it. And this is what I always say. You know what? If it's for you, great. If it's not, great too. You're still my friend. I just don't want to leave you behind because I know for a fact that crypto's here to stay. And you know, you might as well like get in it because the way you're going to learn is to just get in it, right? And so you know, most people are joining me now, but back then they did it. And I do have some friends that tell me, "Gosh, I wish I would have listened to you when you were talking about Bitcoin." And I would look at them, and I had this one friend who said, "No, you never told me about it." I said, "Yes, I did." I said, of all the people, I told him the most about it, right? So I said, "Open up your phone." You know, we looked through the email and the text messages and the phone calls. And he says, "Well, you should have gone, Christopher, wake up!" So it might take that, but in either case, we're all going to have fun, and we are here to have fun. So we've got food here for you guys to enjoy, but I do want to take a group photo. So I don't know if we should do that now before we go into eating and having some drinks. Huh? Yeah, okay. And we have raffle prizes, okay? So what we're going to do is to get people started, we have a 10 XRP package with champagne. Okay. We have a 50 XRP package with champagne. And then we have a 100 XRP package with a big bottle of champagne. Okay, so we're going to do the raffle ticket. So make sure you grab a raffle ticket. If when you signed in, if you didn't, make sure you get a raffle ticket so you can partake in that. So let's take a photo, and then we'll eat. And then if you have questions, we'll do more Q&A, and then we'll do the raffle. Sound good? Okay. Oh, it's at the it's a ticket. It's a ticket. So just take a ticket, and then we call your number. Okay. All right. So how about should we go? Let's see. Let's do it. Let's all get behind here.